The land of the free, huh? So at what point should a person be given the authority to physically restrain another person and deprive them of their freedom? No, really, at what point do you feel it's necessary to arrest someone and put them in jail? I'm going to explore that a little bit today, but first... Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. It's Rob, and I'm one of the Freeman people.
It's the Freeman people.
As a bit of background for today's video, Teresa Buccola was picking up the body cam footage from this video. Link to it is in the card or in the description below. But as she arrives at the station, she's greeted by officers who inform her that she had an outstanding warrant and that the police were in the process of printing it out.
There is another matter that we have to deal with, so you have an outstanding warrant for your arrest.
Where's the warrant?
So we're getting a copy of it. So what we'll do is we'll, as a gesture, okay, we're going to just cite you out on your warrant, or we could take you to jail. Which one would you rather prefer?
Have you seen the warrant?
Yes.
Where is it?
It's being printed.
You can't have a copy of it.
Why not?
Why not? You're asking me? You're law enforcement.
Now, what Teresa is referring to is from both the Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure and the California Penal Code. The Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure states that a warrant must, among other things, command that the defendant be brought without necessary delay before a judge and must be signed by a judge. The California Penal Code says, quote, "At the time of issuing a warrant of arrest, the magistrate shall endorse upon said warrant a statement signed by him."
Why else would we know there's a warrant if we hadn't seen it?
Don't you understand the law? You're supposed to have an original of the warrant in your hand with a wet ink signature from the judge. Where is it?
As far as the signature goes, we've come a long way in regards to recording and transmitting information, and digital signatures are widely accepted today. But in California, the digital signature law only covers things such as business contracts. It doesn't directly allow for warrants, so that's up for debate. But what doesn't seem debatable here is that it must be signed by the judge. And her arrest warrant was actually signed by a deputy clerk of the court, someone whose main job requirements are a high school diploma and a valid driver's license. Now, I'm in no way implying that a college education or a certificate on a wall equals wisdom, but I'd sleep a little more comfortably knowing that the papers for putting someone in a jail cell aren't rubber stamped by someone who doesn't know the Constitution. If a judge is going to issue commands to arrest someone, they should certainly be expected to attach their name to it.
Really? You want me to supply the penal code?
So
that shows that you are supposed to. Oh no, it can't. Oh no, it can't.
It can.
Do you want to see the warrant?
So do you want to go to jail, or do you want me to cite you out?
Let me just remind everybody that this all started because she went out on a closed beach in 2020 to peacefully protest something she disagreed with. There was no victim. There was even this tweet from the California governor in the weeks before. "Today, I am calling for the creation of a new statewide standard for use of force in protests. Acts of violence against peaceful protesters will not be tolerated." This has been articulated in many different court cases, but I thought Miller v. United States said it best. "The claim and exercise of a constitutional right cannot thus be converted into a crime."
You are not going to do either, because I'll tell you right now.
The next 3 minutes shows Officer Boucher take hold of Teresa, and together with the other officer, shows them as they pull this obvious threat to society to the ground while they kneel on top of her to arrest her on a faulty warrant. To see the full footage, check out Teresa's video, which I've linked in the description below. I'm cutting ahead to when they finally detained her and are pulling her into the police station.
Where's the signed warrant? Where is it?
Criminal!
Where's the signed warrant? Where is it?
Shame on you!
Not long after this arrest, the police chief seen here, Paul Tomasi, resigned and took a job at the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Since his resignation, the police chief position has been a bit of a revolving door there. In order to find the name of the aquarium that he's now mopping up vomit at, I searched Google for Carmel by the Sea police chief resigns, but there were so many different results I had to specify 2021. A former deputy chief's actions may, however, explain why Teresa had to endure being assaulted by male police officers on her original arrest. The article said Bickle was suspended instead of fired for groping someone. What kind of rendition of Keystone Cops are these jokers running there? Then there's this.
Thank you. I asked you many times nicely, and you forced me to do that, just so you know that. Okay? I didn't want to do that, but you forced me to do that.
This phrase comes so naturally for Officer Boucher. Makes me wonder how many times he's said these exact words. This all comes down to the Fifth Amendment. No person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. They didn't follow due process of law here with Teresa, and police regularly don't. It seems they're eager to generate revenue and put us in boxes if we don't comply.
Where are the armed men who come in to take the protesters away? Where are they? You shout like that, they put you in jail. Right away. Journalists, we have a special jail for journalists. You make an appointment with the dentist and you don't show up, believe it or not, jail, right away. We have the best patients in the world because of jail.
Land of the free, huh? Well, you tell me what you think in the comments below. Should a situation like this with no victim be escalated to a person being tossed to the ground, arrested, and imprisoned? And if you have concerns about how these tyrants are acting, the contact info for the Carmel by the Sea Police Department is in the description and comments below. Thanks for taking action against tyranny. Here's a couple of videos you may have missed, and while you're at it, check out the Freeman People merch.